Hey there, welcome to Yuba Woodworking. I'm Matt, and today I'm going to teach you how to use micro mesh pads to finish a pen. So this is the final product right here. This is a Roman olive wood pen on a slim line, and it is by far the smoothest pen that I have ever made. So I'm going to walk you through the process. I'm not a pro by any means at using the micro mesh, but I have used them long enough now to get a good idea of how to use them in the best way possible. A special shout out to my friend Mike for gifting me these micro mesh pads. I really appreciate it. I know you're a fan of the channel, so I just wanted to make sure that you knew how very grateful I was for you and all of your support. And that goes for everybody who watches. I really appreciate that you are watching me learn how to be a woodworker. All right, with that in mind, let's get started. So when I first started out, I would use just a strip of pretty fine sandpaper. This is 400, and then I would work. Sometimes I would even start at 100 and then work my way up until I was looking at like over 1,000. And that would get olive wood, which is already a pretty smooth type of wood, really smooth, and then the finish would go on very nicely. After a while, that wasn't quite perfect, and I was finding a lot of scratches on the olive wood or any other wood that I was using. So I started moving towards Zona paper, which is not necessarily a sandpaper, but just kind of a finishing paper. And I really like the Zona paper. It's really good for some specific purposes. That's not what I'm going to be showing you today, though. What I have started doing more often, and these were actually a gift from my friend Mike. Thank you, Mike. I've been meaning to make this video for quite a while, but I wanted to make sure that, one, it was warm enough that I could actually use the Zona paper without messing it up, because, as you see here, or not the Zona paper, micro mesh pads, you need some water, and it needs to be a little bit warmer. So today it's nice out. It's 40 degrees, which isn't actually all that warm, but compared to the last few days we've had, it's very, very nice. So the micro mesh, it's kind of just a pad, right? It's got some squeeze to it. I'll run through it real quick, and then I'll explain it after I demonstrate it. Oops, bonked the camera with my head. Sorry. So the technique is actually very simple. You just take a piece of the micro mesh, get it wet, and then go at it. And now you can see, like right here and right here, the pen blank is the pen is actually quite dirty in spots. And now the water is supposed to help eliminate that, but it's not going to do it perfectly. So when we're all done here, and I'm going to use a finer one. This one is actually 8,000 grain. and you can see all the chunks that have come off of the micro mesh. I'm going to take a clean rag and clean it one more time, probably with some sort of cleaning alcohol before I apply a finish on it. All right, so I have my old rag here, and I'm going to clean it off one more time with water. See all the dirt that's coming off? of this comes from the bushings, actually. So keeping clean bushings is important. It's impossible to do it completely, as far as I know, but the bushings are often the source of a lot of issues that I have had. So now I'm going to take some isopropyl alcohol, pour some on my little rag, and repeat. So it's getting even more out than the water could. Now I kind of use my fingernail in this area right here, in that little crack between the pen and the bushing. I'm sure there's another way to clean it more thoroughly. I haven't figured it out yet. Now you can see the pen's kind of discolored there, and that is, part of it is the wood, but right here it's still kind of dirty. So this side actually looks pretty good, but this side still needs a little bit of work, so we're going to go over it one more time. In worst case scenario, we might actually need to chisel a little bit more off to get that to go away, because we do want a nice color. So this stuff that I'm about to put on, now that the alcohol is mostly dry, and alcohol does dry very quickly, which is kind of nice. This is called a tongue oil. Got it from Minwax, and it's a furniture polish actually. So it does have a little bit of a color to it. You can see it right there. But this is more of something that will bring out the natural color of the wood, rather than stain the wood like an artificial stain would. wait for it to dry, and then I will assemble it. All right, so here we have the finished product. It might not be my favorite as far as the design goes. It's actually kind of a little boring for my taste. But it's by far the smoothest pen that I've ever made. So I'm really enjoying these micro mesh pads. Thank you again, Mike. I know it's been a couple months. I've just been waiting for the right time and the right pen to make that video, and I've actually made a couple videos that I've had to trash for one reason or another, but finally, here we go. I highly recommend those micro mesh pads. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. So I'll be heading out now. Thanks for watching, and take care.